Liliesleaf became what I like to refer to as the inverted diaspora of the liberation movement. Everything happened here. It was bought originally to be the headquarters of the Politburo and the Central Committee of the Communist Party. And from that, as Ahmed Katharja said, it morphed into something bigger. It then became the headquarters of the newly formed military wing. The ANC in 2002 declared that Liliesleaf was the birthplace of MK, and it became the nerve center of the liberation movement, of the Congress Alliance and everyone meeting. So it became the hub for many years of our struggle. Everything about our struggle was taking place here. It was the symbol of our struggle. It was the articulation of our struggle. So Liliesleaf is an important reminder of what the selfless sacrifices of these unique group of leaders and what they were trying to achieve and what their objectives were. And that's the important thing. For people to think that this has happened out of the blue or is a responsibility of COVID is not the case. It has been something that has been inflicted, that has inflicted us for many, many years. It is the reality of the environment that we live in. And we are not the only ones to suffer that. And I think you will acknowledge the entire sector has been suffering that. The entire sector has lived in many respects from hand to mouth to hand, you can say, whichever way you want to put it. And all that COVID has done is it's made you, as the media and the general population, more aware of the realities in which this sector finds itself in. And it is an unfortunate reality. The relationship with the department, to be honest with you, has been one of a very fraught relationship. At times I'd like to call dysfunctional, and I would even go so far as to say toxic over the last 20 years. It has not been an easy relationship. It has been a struggle. And that struggle has revolved primarily around what I would like to call their insatiable obsession that Liliesleaf needs to be declared a cultural institution in order to secure funding, which is actually not correct. But over the years, when we have tried to secure funding, the first thing they've often said is Liliesleaf is not a cultural institution and therefore, as such, is not entitled under certain regulations to receive funding. And they even say National Treasury has said also, unless Liliesleaf is declared a cultural institution, it can't receive funding. It's not a question of saying they've never come to the party. The issue is they haven't been consistent. They haven't been supportive enough. Just like they haven't been supportive for other institutions, they haven't been there to support them. They haven't been there to create an enabling environment. So on the one hand, how do they justify saying, well, you're not a cultural institution, we can't fund you. But then how do they justify the 61.5 million that they have given us over the last 20 years? And so every time that we try and get funding from them, we get the same and repeated rationale as to why they can't fund us. We can't continue going around on the same wheel. We have to get off the wheel and find another way of ensuring that sites like this and the sector is sustainable and we are able to do what we are good at doing and preserving and cherishing and protecting our rich culture, whether it's the historical, whether it's the arts, or whether it's the culture. We either protect it, save it, or we don't, and we walk away and say, it doesn't matter. It's very simple. Option one is we fund it. Option two is we say, let's just close it down. And I think people agree, option two is not an option.